I know y'all can't hear the music there, y'all. We're about to get started in a second. If you're wondering, again, the quote of the day, what I'm going to be touching on is, if you don't see it. So you must see it before you see it, or you will never see it. And you see it before you see it, or you will never see it. And again, I will talk about what that means when it comes to automation right here in a second. Check 1 2, check 3 4, check 1 2, check 3 4. I'm gonna go ahead and show and turn up the gain a little bit so I can hear myself there, and I don't have to yell as much. The baby sleeping in the background, so that's why I'm not trying to yell too much, but I want to make sure I still bring that good old energy that y'all are used to. So let's go ahead and get this thing rocking and rolling. About to go ahead and launch over on Facebook. Today is the 4th day of our day of automation. So Automation Nation, I appreciate y'all, and I think there will be some great things coming from this session today. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see here. I got this up and hit start. Here we go. Starting early, of course. Bada bing, bada boom, and bada bang. What's up, Automation Nation? What's up, Black CEOs? What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, world? Today I want to touch on, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna talk about the fact that you must see it before you see it, or you will never see it. And I'll talk about what that means for you in automating your business, what that means for you in automating your business, right? Mastering your destiny and mastering your impact. So stay tuned, because here we are here for a special, indeed a special session on Tech Training Tuesday. So right now, it looks like I false started over here on Facebook. So let's make sure that this key is correct. I said use the persistent key, and the key must have changed on me again. So boom, there we go. And all right, let's rock and roll this again. Rocking and roll, here we go. So hope everybody is doing well, because today, we're going to touch on the fact that you must see it before you see it, or you will never see it. I did not come up with that quote, but I think it's very fitting to what's going to happen today. So I just want to welcome everybody. You're in the right place. You're in the right space, in the right mindset. You're here on the right day. Make sure that you stay tuned, because we are here for another Tech Training Tuesday. I am your host, your mentor, teacher, your resident comedian, each and every single week, here to help you automate your business, master your destiny, and maximize your impact. Welcome here, Black CEOs. Welcome here, Automation Nation, whether you're on Facebook, over on YouTube, or wherever you are today. Today is a special session of Tech Training Tuesday. We are in the midst, the 4th day of our 25 days of automation. Again, it is something that ties directly to the holidays, but also is just relevant to getting people to take action in your business. So each and every day of these 25 days, no matter what time of the year, I don't care if it's cold, I don't care if it's hot, I don't care if you're underground, on ground, or in outer space, if it's time for you to automate your business in 25 days, I'm giving you 25 days, 25 tasks, things that you can do. And after those 25 days, you can have a foundation. You can have a system, something that is automated for you in your business. You can go out there and make the change in the world that you were destined to make. So today, again, I said you must see it before you see it, or you will never see it. And again, why is that relevant? One of the things that, especially in the coaching space, so if you're a coach, you understand this. One of the things people always talk about is this thing called visualization. You got to visualize. You got to meditate. You got to see it in your brain. It's one of those things they preach and tell you about, and it's a powerful thing. So again, I'm being funny, but there's some truth to what I'm trying to get to you in the midst of me being a goofball. Okay, you must understand that most of us, right, we get into business with this idea of just getting into business, right? Is this idea that I want to make money? So so for instance, I went to a conference. And I'm sitting there speaking to this lady, and I was just asking her, she's asking, oh, what do you do, Justin? I'm like, well, I work with coaches and speakers to help them automate their business. And so that's what I do, right? Yeah, I probably did explain it as well then, but that's essentially what I try to explain. Okay. I then asked her, it's like, so what do you do? What are you hoping to get from this particular conference? It's like, well, I do this, and then I do this network marketing thing, and then I also want to like teach, and then I also want to do this counseling thing, and I want to do all these things. It's like, okay, you gotta pick one. Like, you gotta make a decision. I mean, is there another thing you're gonna add to that list? I mean, how many things can you possibly do? And this, I know I'm not trying to too much jest. Not trying to be mean or anything or insensitive to that person in their phase where they are. Because again, I always have a ton of different ideas. I've gotten a little bit better now. It took some time at anchoring myself within what I should probably be doing in the moment. So this, again, I'm not above this. It's just realize I'm speaking to somebody who was where I was. And so again, I'm remembering that feeling, right? Like how confusing it is to just know you have all these things you want to do, but you're not sure exactly what you want to do. And so the problem is because the vision isn't clear, there's no clarity on what you want to achieve. It never happens. So again, many of you go to the events and you feel the same way. You have 1,000,001 different ideas, 1,000,001, like again, and all great ideas, not bad ideas. All amazing, excellent ideas. Life-changing, business-changing, marker-moving ideas. But the problem is if there's no clarity around any of those ideas, if you have nothing set, you have nothing seen, you have nothing in your brain, you can't go in the right direction. Again, this whole first few days of this 25-day of automation journey has been really about setting clarity. It's about making sure you're heading in the right direction, or at least in a direction in a strong manner. Now, do you have to be 100% right the first time? No. So let me get that out the way. Because again, when I get in things like this and I take programs, one of the things that make me nervous is, okay, like I invested in this thing, I'm investing in this time in this thing, putting my focus in this thing. Is it the wrong decision? And the answer is no and no. It's not the wrong decision. And even if you are wrong, it's all right, right? It's like even if you are wrong, it's all right. And I say that because you're going to take a first step. The first time you actually get clarity on something and just focus on that thing, there are amazing things that come from it. Like right now, I can say personally, I'm in a space like it's cool that I'm really just thinking about how to market what I do versus just how to build out stuff or got to do some new thing. Like, no, I'm just focusing on the marketing piece, like just coming up with things like this. Like I'm just focusing on things like this, and it puts you in a different space and puts you in an ability to do some different things and push yourself in different ways. Again, you move the needle by having that clarity and taking that focus and taking that first step. So that's why I'm hammering this stuff home. So again, you must see it before you see it, or you will never see it. And so that's why I love today's step. Like that's why I love today's step. That's why I love today's task. So I hope everybody's doing well this evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Morgan. Appreciate y'all as usual. If you are here and you are watching this as the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay. Tell us who you are, what you do, where you are from, and make sure you share this. Somebody needs to automate their business. And of course, with these 25 days, I'm giving away something each and every day. So if you qualify, to do is go to Justin M Official. So go to facebook.com/Justin M Official. If you go over there and you follow the instructions on the pinned post, that means it's the post at the top right? Or if you go on your phone, there'll be an option for a pin post. If you go there, you follow those particular instructions, right? You follow those particular instructions, then you can be eligible to win something. So I'm continuing to give some things away. And so today, again, there will be another thing, that crazy idea I've come up with. I want to give you. So make sure you're tuning in each and every day for an opportunity to get something. It can be a mixture of software, could be a service, could be a consultation, could be a product, could be some merch, maybe, or it could be a done-for-you service. You never know. There will be some of all of those things as a part of this. Okay. All right. With that all being said, on to today's task. See, some of y'all are here on the typical Tech Training Tuesday, but it's a little bit different, right? So we're here at this 25 days of automation. I'm giving you some info. I'm also giving you work. I can give you something to do, something that I want you to do and implement and use in your day to day. Like do the things tonight. Do the things tomorrow morning before the next training. So that way you can keep on growing and moving. So if you're here, make sure you're not just lurking. Make sure you say hello, what you do and where you're from and how do you serve. Hey, Mrs. Morgan, appreciate you being here as well. All right. So again, the step for today, we're going to be talking about how to map out your business. I've talked about it. Again, this is the best example for me of how you see it before you see it. Otherwise, you never see it. Because if you map out your business, you get to see the process, the journey, you kind of get to play with the pieces a little bit. And then it makes it easier. It makes it much easier, much faster for you to then go create the thing. So now if you go trying to build the thing and you're trying to just piece everything together, you're trying to figure out how you want everything to fit, you start forgetting stuff. You don't know which direction you're trying to go. You end up going back and backtracking. It just makes you lose time. I'm not saying this just because I'm saying this because these are all things I have done, right? These are all things I've done. Okay, I've made that mistake, and it cost me time. I've actually gotten a little bit better at building out the sequences that I want, and it's mainly because I mapped those things out. And when I map them out, I'm then able to look at it and then really have a plan for myself on how much to get done over a certain span of time, right? And that just makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. Okay, so what does a map look like? I'm going to show you. All right, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to Funalytics. I'm going to go over to Funalytics. I'm going to share my screen with you. Boom. So, okay, so I'm over here on Funalytics, funalytics.io, and you can just see like one example of something I had built, and I called it the experience, right? I called it the experience. A map isn't just for you, right? Like what you want to see. What do you want your visitors to see, your clients to see, your potential customers to see? Like what is their experience? And so for me, I typically try to map out. So this is not the complete thing, right? This is kind of an idea, but I try to map it out, not just from the standpoint of me, but also from the standpoint of what my client, should potentially see. So there's really about 3 different maps you can do, but just keep it simple. You can do one. One is enough for now, but from a standpoint, there's a few different flows you do. There's your strategy flow. So that is the path that the client is taking. So that's kind of what they're seeing, like where they're landing, So here, if you're looking at the screen, you can see that this is their experience. It's the marketing flow, right? It's the user watches great content on Facebook. Facebook tags them. Anybody that watches 50% of the video, they get sent a targeted Facebook ad. That ad sends them to an opt-in page. Okay. They hit the Tripwire sales page after that. Okay, they filled out an order form, right? From there, they go to an OTO or a one-time offer. From there, they get 2 things happen. Once they check out there, they go to this order confirmation page, but they also get an email with their details. Okay, so that was a basic funnel that I actually just built out, right? And that's the basic marketing flow. Realize how simple that thing is, right? So you would think, Justin, like, why are you know how to do this stuff. Why would you still do that? Because it's the basics, right? Like this that you're seeing right now, it's really basic. Like it's nothing crazy there, okay? I built it, nothing crazy there. But I do it each and every time. I'm not above it, right? I'm not above it. So stop thinking you're above the basics. I'm not above it. If you go listen to a lot of the other, so again, one person I watch all the time is Russell Brunson. So some folks, if you're in the ClickFunnels space, you realize who he is. He still, puts stuff on the whiteboard before he gets it built, right? So there's still a mapping process first. Even the greats map it out first, right? I don't know how many times I've walked in and I go see Trevor Ott. So folks in the Black SEO community, I go see Trevor Ott. I walk into his place and I see the whiteboard and I see all the chicken scratch. I see all the word bubbles. I see all the writing, all the lines, all the arrows, all the boxes, all the squares. All of it's mapped out first. And then, so again, they're going to get mad at me because I'm telling the stuff. But they map it out too. Like, again, it's the basics. Like basic for everything. You should do it every time you build out a sequence, every time you automate something, every time you try to automate your business, you should map it out first. There's no reason as to why not. You don't need to do it this way. Like it doesn't have to be analytics. Can I do funalytics.io, right? There's this magic invention. It's called paper. You can do it on here, right? If you have a whiteboard, you can do it on there. Again, you have options. You don't have to just do it this way. It's not the only way to get it done, but you must get it done. It's not the only way to get it done, but you must get it done. Does that make sense? Okay, so really the task for you is to map out that process. So again, I said there are a few ways, different ways to map it out. Again, there's the experience. Boom, there's the experience that the customer, prospect, client, lead has, whatever term you want to use. I'm not getting in all those definitions tonight. There's that experience. There is what I would call the money trail. Okay, so where's the cost? Where are you incurring costs, and where you are actually getting chances to get revenue? What are opt-in percentages? So that's a little complex, right? It's a little complex. So I wouldn't focus on that piece yet because you will get yourself hung up on it. You can go back to that. Okay. And the last piece is your process, right? It's what you're doing. So it's how your valuable information flows. So if I'm looking at the same thing here, right? So for me, really my flow would start once they checked out here. Okay. So let's say I was doing, sometimes I do, projects for clients. I'm doing hands-on work. Like I'm actually having to do stuff. Okay. So one thing I had to do was set up a process for me and my team on how the information would be collected. So let's say somebody checked out, then my next step would be, boom, so let's say generic event here. I would then say somebody checks out, and let's say that I need, there needs to be some type of action from me or my team, okay? The way I would automate this is I would say, info transferred to Google Doc, right? Boom. So that's the first thing, okay? And then I would map something like, well, let's copy this, bang. And then now I would put something like, hey, team member A reviews tasks. Right. So, whatever their order does, generate some tasks that my team then knows they have to go take a look at. So that's you just build that flow out like it's a procedure. OK, so it's not all fun and games, but it is vital. Like it is vital. Right. At the end of this, you should have a process in place that gets your client. So it takes a lead all the way to a client. OK. Takes you from marketing all the way to fulfillment. Okay. And then when you get really good, you go from a fulfillment, so you have a process from fulfillment to making sure that they are giving you reviews, giving you some good grace back for your great work that you do. And essentially it changes them from fulfillment into becoming an ambassador for you. And so that's a whole other conversation, but that's the process that you want to get to. You have to map that out, right? You have to map that out. Now there's different strategies and things, and if you want to know and kind of learn those strategies different strategies. Don't have time to do that here. I do that inside of Tech Labs. So if you want to check out Tech Labs, or if you want to see the very process, and a great way to start is I did a training on the very process that all coaches, all speakers should have. All right, all coaches, all speakers should have in their back pocket. You can text the word system, SYSTEM, to 240-696-2009. Text the word system, 240-696-2009. Text the word system, 240-696-2009. You'll actually get a free training, so there's no charge for that initial training to be able to learn the system that you need in order to really speak, like the one thing you should have. Okay, and there'll be resources with that. There's a bunch of other training videos I stuck in there with that as well, so you may want to check that out. But then if you want to be in Tech Labs, I talk a little bit more about the strategies that go along with this and the different maps you can draw out. You can also go in through that way and you will learn how to access Tech Labs. That's what I do. Okay, so that's your task for today, is to map out your business. Justin, you're like, all right, well, you gave us the task, you gave us the information, and you did a promo. What about the prize for the day? I'm going to do something different. Okay, so I've already offered a consultation. It's a little bit different. I'm going to do, so it's first time I even mapped this. It's to be a little less custom, but I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to call it a map and make session. So not the same as a consultation, where I'm going to go ahead and learn kind of what you do, figure out what kind of software you have, and then essentially kind of put together with you some of the structure, and then you can go in and fill in the blank. So I'll work with you on that, and that'll be about a 30-minute to an hour long session, whatever that thing is. So that's the prize for today. Again, if you want access to that, want a chance to win, go to Justin M Official, okay, over on Facebook, facebook.com/Justin M Official. Follow the directions in the pinned post, and you get a chance. Okay, but if you don't, then you don't. Now, you don't have to win the same day, but once there is a winner, there is a winner. And I will be announcing those inside of a group, which you'll get a link to if you follow those instructions. Okay? All right. I appreciate y'all. Let me see if there are any questions in the chat. If there are questions, then I am checking them out now. Let's see. All right. So no questions just yet. If you caught the replay of this, no worries. You can ask your question, tag me, and I will make sure to respond to you tomorrow. What is on to the agenda? Oh, tomorrow we're going to talk about your brand material. So yesterday I talked about brand development. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about the specific brand materials you're going to want to start getting put together in order to make this process easier. So yesterday I talked about logos. Now you should have had time for your logo. So if you had to create it, you had time to finish it. If you ordered something, you had time for them to finish. So that way you can then order some of your other brand materials, and we'll talk about what materials you should have. Okay, I'll talk about what materials you should have. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate what you do and who you are and where you're from. Do me a favor. If you thought this was useful at all, like one smidgen of use to somebody who's a speaker, coach, digital entrepreneur, somebody who just wants to change their life, I know I went there. Do me a favor. Share this with a friend, family member, or foe, because they need this stuff too. I appreciate you. I'm Justin Morgan of AutomationMastery.net. Here to help you automate your business, master your destiny, and maximize your impact. To the Black CEOs out there, hashtag Black CEO out. And to everybody else, as I end every single time, because this thing is important. If you haven't caught on to it, it makes all the difference. Make sure that you treat each day as a building block to a better future. Peace. All right, YouTube. Deuces.